Yeah, bud.
Hey Internet, this is Eric. You may know me from my progressive alternative rock band, The Alternate Progress. Today we're going to learn how to write a drum chart for WeSurrender's The World Doesn't End. This is a self-described alternative rock power ballad, so there's a few things that we're going to want to keep in mind. First of all, this music isn't metal, but it was written with a metal mindset. As such, parts are precise and are meant to be played tight. It's not unusual for the kick drum to be synced up with guitar or bass parts, and as such we might be doing slightly more precise notation than usual. Conventions are going to vary from community to community, but if I was playing with your band, this is what I'd want to see. Alright, pretty standard stuff here. We got an intro, verse, chorus, instrumental bridge, chorus, outro. This is a pretty normal, typical rock form, and should probably be your default roadmap if you're a drummer playing in a rock song for the first time. There's a few silent moments in this song, so I'm going to go ahead and add some lyrics to this long point right here before the drums come in, just for clarity's sake. Alright, the song is a fairly normal 12/8 rock drum beat with some snare rolls in the verse. We're going to notate these parts like we always do. Remember, static parts get their own stem, parts that change get their own stem as well. There are going to be two exceptions to this, the second verse and the bridge. For these moments, it might be a good idea to really maximize the visual space that you give these notes. The second verse is a strange beat that sounds distinctive enough to merit a full transcription. And if you happen to know how the drummer plays it, notating the stickings could help immensely. For weird beats like this, feel free to organize notes in the least confusing way possible. The bridge goes back to what we spoke about before regarding metal drumming. Here, the kick and tom patterns mirror the guitar or bass line. Writing in unison with guitar or something similar really solidifies the fact this is a precise part. This song actually uses a pretty distinct china in the outro, so it might be worth including a legend or to factor this in. We're also going to use a percussion slash notation in this. This is not the same slash notation that we use to notate time. Percussion slash notation is a shorthand way of writing drum rolls. In short, you play faster notes for the duration of the slash note. So you add one slash, the drummer plays notes twice as fast in that space of time. 2 slashes means 4 times as fast, 3 slashes means 8 times as fast. So here we have 2 slashes on an 8th note. This means that your drummer is going to be playing 30-second notes for the duration of this 8th note. Remember that drummers are naturally going to add fills as needed. Don't write fills unless you're absolutely sure that you need them there. Many fills in this song lead to changes in dynamics. You can emphasize those by adding crescendo or decrescendo signs underneath slashes. If you have an idea for a particular flavor of fill, but you're not sure how to notate it, write something that is similar to the idea and just write fill over top of it. Generally, you're going to want to follow it up with or simile if the idea is approximate. Remember, don't notate your fills unless you're absolutely sure that you need that sound. It's a little bit like writing a specific solo or bass line. You can presume that your drummer knows how to fill better than you do. Always re-listen during notation to catch things like this. A random bar of 5 and 3. Alright, I'm going to have to format that to put this together. Definitely keep these weird beats visible. Your drummer's probably going to be spending about 90% of their practice time on them, so don't let them be hidden. Let's make this crash at the end extra notated. In fact, I'm going to add a double bar line here right before this last crash because this is a huge flurry of notes and it's very easy to actually lose where the bar line is after playing them. So I want to keep these 2 bars of rest here at the bottom of the page because eventually someone's going to have to turn these pages. And if your chart involves any kind of page turning, putting the rest at the bottom of the page is huge. It saves someone from having to fumble with pages, possibly dropping them. Any chart with 3 or more pages deserves to have rests at the bottom if that is part of the music. I'm going to move in unison with guitar closer to the part that is actually playing in unison with the guitar. So instead of a legend, I'm actually just going to write this in plain English. Again, English is your best friend when it comes to clarifying these things. Certain drummers just notate things differently. If this was me 2 or 3 years ago, I would have written this china at a different spot. So if there's any likeliness at all for a part to be unclear, just go ahead and write it in English. Okay, now let's trim some fat, make it look nice, add a title and artist, and I think it's ready to give it a read.
right next to me. I've made up my mind, lost faith in this century. One day you will find the rules should be broken. For now you should lie, forget that we've spoken. Say what you will, I guess I am listening, but nothing you do I think will affect me, 'cause I'm not built that way. The world doesn't end until I say so, my friend. So please cover your eyes, this is not something you'd like to see. If I had my way, then the world would drift away until nothing was left and you might even notice me. I notice the way your arm brushes against me. I notice the way you pretend like it's nothing, but that's not allowed anyways. I treasure the dark 'cause it means you're beside me. I never forgot the trip that you gave me, but that's gone now anyways. The world doesn't end until I say so, my friend. So please cover your eyes, this is not something you'd like to see. If I had my way, then the world would drift away until nothing was left and you might even notice me. The world doesn't end until I say so, my friend. So please cover your eyes, this is not something you'd like to see. If I had my way, then the world would drift away until nothing was left and you might even notice me. Until nothing was left, then you might even notice me. You might even, then you might even, then you might even, whoa,
We now have a nice legible drum chart that I would be proud to show to that one cute girl in science class who casually mentioned that she liked the Goo Goo Dolls once. Now, I'm not going to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe, but as a personal favor to me, if you could write a nice drum chart for your drummer instead of getting them to freestyle and fixing it in post, I would be very grateful. Also, please support the artist that was kind enough to let me use their music for this video. This is WeSurrender's The World Doesn't End off their self-titled album. Have fun, practice hard, don't explode, and I will catch you all in the next video.